Concessions.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Coops Concessions. I know I'm not in my normal studio or spot where I record. It's been a long month, I'm happy we're done with July. July felt like it was forever, but we're finally in August. It's August 10th. I think that's the latest I want to put these out to. Like August 10th is like the deadline, but it's been a wild month. I'm happy that it's over with. Start a brand new month. I hope you guys' month has been okay. Um, Crazy weekend. I had the family reunion and my class reunion on the same day, and as much as I would love to see my classmates from 20 years, I can't miss a family reunion. That would be insane. But shout out to everybody that went. Shout out to my family as well too. Um, yeah, man, we're here doing another episode. I'm gonna let you know this episode's probably gonna be short. I don't have a guest this time. No fancy posters in the background. I gotta go poster shopping too, get some new ones. But anyway, let's get this episode started. This is the August episode. Um, I put online what are some of the best songs from a movie, and some of you responded. The only responses I got back, the first one is Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie. Tevin Campbell playing Powerline. That's just like a classic song, a classic movie for real. You'd be surprised how many people dress up as Powerline in these conventions, and they know the whole dance and everything. It's pretty dope. Next up, Donny Osmond with Man Out of You from Mulan. This is like top Disney songs of all time, if you ask me. Top five for real. This is a hell of a motivational song. You could put this on in the gym and feel like you could do anything. I've seen a few people do this at karaoke too and kill it. Um, yeah, Man Out of You is definitely one of them ones up there. And so was Mulan. Great movie. The live action was trash, but and last but not least, we have Wild Wild West from the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith and Drew. Was that Drew Hill or was it just Cisco? I think it was just Cisco. I'm not sure, but I hold Wild Wild West the movie like pretty high in the catalog of Will Smith movies. I've always said that that Wild Wild West is better than I Robot, and then I know a lot of you probably just turn this off right now, which is fine, but that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And that was the whole list of the best songs from a movie, and now it's time for my favorite part of the show, anniversaries. Do you know what today is? Do you know what today is? It's August 10th, and yeah, we're pretty we're pretty ahead a little bit for some of these anniversaries. August 4th, we have Borat. Came out in 2006, 20 years ago. Budget of 18 million and it made $262 million. At the time, Borat was like a big thing. But I feel like now, if you watch Borat, it's like I've seen crazier stuff on the internet. That's kind of where we are right now. But it was a funny movie. It's crazy it made that much money for some guy to just go around and just mess with people for real. That's what the movie was. Also, August 4th was Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, 2006, also 20 years ago. Budget of $72 million and it made $163 million. I didn't know these movies came out at the same time, and the dude that plays Borat was in Talladega Nights, but I don't know. I might have double checked that, but yeah. I'm if I had to choose between these two, like as a comedy, I'm choosing Ricky Bobby all day over Borat. That's I can watch Talladega Nights over and over. Will Ferrell is just goated in comedy for me. Um, Next up, we have August 8th. The only movie on August 8th is Jack. Remember Jack? It came out in 1996, 30 years ago, had a budget of $45 million, and it made $78 million. Brothers. Jack was the one with Robin Williams, and he like was older, but he was really young. It's kind of like it was like a backwards Benjamin Button situation going on. And at the time, I guess Rob Williams was the perfect person to play that. I think Jennifer Lopez was like the teacher too. It was very, very early. I remember we like taped this and we would watch it over and over again. But yeah, this is crazy memories with this movie. Robin Williams is Jack. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. And then last but not least, August 18th, we have Snakes on a Plane that came out 20 years ago, had a budget of $33 million, and it made $62 million. I feel like I've only seen this. No, that's a lie. I've seen this movie multiple times, and the most times I've seen this movie has been on like TBS or like some cable channel, something like that. And like they would always blurt out the curse words and everything. I'm tired of these mother trucking snakes on this mother trucking plane. And that's what the movie really is. You just want Samuel Jackson to say that. And then, this movie had like a lot of mockbusters too. Like there was like bees on a train. There was like all types of stuff on a train or a plane, things like that too. A lot of fake movies with the kind of the same concept, but Sex on a Plane was just like so random. Like, why did we need that? Like I said, it was just for Samuel Jackson to yell motherfucker and snakes in some way, and he did it. Classic movie. And that's it. Those are the movie anniversaries for August. Now let's get into some movie news. A lot has happened in the month with movie trailers. I'll get into the big ones. Um, Also, San Diego Comic Con happened as well too. Let's talk about Doomsday. Okay, the Doomsday trailer came out before the Spider-Man movie, which I thought was kind of weird. But the Doomsday trailer released, and I'm excited for the movie. At the same time, I didn't get like the same chills that I get from like the other Avengers movies. And I think it's for two reasons. One being that I'm always like searching stuff online, looking for like news and things like that. And a lot of these platforms, they'll have spoilers of these movies in a sense, but it's not necessarily news. They'll be like, oh, so and so is going to be in this movie and he'll do this in that movie. And they think they're dropping like news and they could be first and get all the likes and engagement. But you're really just spoiling the movie because a lot of the stuff that I saw in Doomsday trailer is things that I've heard about. And it's like, well, damn, like at the same time, I also feel like what is this about? I know who Doctor Doom is, but most people don't. I feel like most people didn't know who Thanos was, and when we had a build up to Thanos, there's no build up to Doctor Doom. I also heard this is supposed to be a continuation to Endgame, so maybe it's supposed to make sense that way. Um, I don't know. I'm excited for the movie. I'm definitely going to see the movie. It's crazy, but it's just like it didn't get me like most Marvel trailers do, and that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. But I am curious to see what they're going to do. I feel like Doomsday is just like the gateway to get to Secret Wars. Secret Wars is where like, oh, we're really going to show out Marvel. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Comes out December 18th, same day as Doom 3. We'll be seeing both of those. It's crazy. Next trailer was Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil. I haven't played all of them. The last Resident Evil that I really got into was like Resident Evil 5, where you're like Chris and the chick Sheva, whatever. And I've seen all the movies. Um, I watched that crappy show that they had on Netflix, and I don't know. I'm just tired of the whole thing. Trying to keep up with what's what and what characters we want to see. I think this is a really good perspective of Resident Evil from someone just coming in. From the trailer, it looked like you're still doing things from the game, looking for ammo, having the typewriter there, stuff like that. Just things that you know from the game but not necessarily following one of the main characters. And maybe they'll do that in the movie or something like that. He'll run into somebody. But this looked really, really good. I can't wait to see it. It's directed by Zach Krieger. He's about to be three out of three for me because he did Barbarians, which was amazing. He did Weapons, which was amazing. And now Resident Evil. I'm just curious to see how he's gonna do that. And also he has some movie called Goon coming out soon with like goons from like the whole from Gotham actually have Batman captured in like in some sort of live action movie. That sounds crazy. But yeah, I definitely want to see Resident Evil. That comes out in September. And last but not least, Jumanji Open World or Jumanji 3. Now, I understand why there's a Jumanji 3. You did the first two, and they were cool. I'm not even gonna lie, they were okay. But this movie seems, first of all, it seems like it's two movies in one movie, you know? And it also seems so random. Like the plot doesn't make sense in a way. I know it's like, oh, the game is in the world now, but it's like I remember in the trailer they showed like the mom or like the little brother, which we've never seen before, and now they're in the game, which we've never been introduced to these characters. It just kind of felt all over the place. But the whole comic relief with Jack Black, with The Rock, Kevin Hart, it's funny. I think it's supposed to be. It's not really supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, Jumanji is a classic, and I don't think everything doesn't need a sequel. Everything doesn't need to be live action either. But I guess it makes sense. It's open world, and I get the whole thing. Video game open world. Jumanji, it's here, but I think they could have wrote a better story with it. That's all. So that comes out in December after Endgame, which I think is a bad idea. I mean, I'm sorry, Endgame. It comes after Doomsday and Dune, which I think is a bad idea. But we'll see how much it makes. And that was it for the trailers. Who we have here? We have the director from Incredibles, Brad Bird, who's going to be doing Incredibles 3, says that he is not going to age up the characters. The family that you know will stay the same. He says that people think that somehow aging the characters will make it cooler. I'm one of those people. I don't want them to have like this Family Guy Simpson thing going on where they're just always the same age. Like, there's so much time in between these sequels. You grow up with some of these people grew up with these characters, and you would love to see it in that aspect. You grew up with it like the same way Toy Story did in a sense. But I'm sure Incredibles 3 is still gonna be good. I'll watch it. The first two were incredible, haha. And the third one should be the same. Hopefully, we'll see. And speaking of Disney, I've been really, really critical of like live action Disney movies, right? Which is live action movies in general, mainly Disney. I was pretty harsh on Lilo and Stitch. I haven't even talked about Moana because it's just straight trash for real. Um, and I'm hearing now that there's going to be a live action Tangled, and you know what? I'm really excited for it. I'm a hypocrite. I know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is. A live action Tangled makes so much sense to me. More than a Moana, more than a Lilo and Stitch. Like I just this is something that should be live action. I don't know. It makes sense to me. And I'm gonna see it. Maybe because I like Tangled. I don't know. But I don't know. I want to see it. Anyway, so also San Diego Comic Con, they had the um they had the panel for Doomsday, and Ryan, I was supposed to say Ryan Seacrest. She's Ryan Reynolds came out in the Deadpool costume, which was pretty awesome. No one knew it was him until that moment. He had been taking pictures with people and everything. That was pretty cool. But in the panel, he kind of alluded to like maybe he'll be in Doomsday or something. I feel like Deadpool could just pop in at any Marvel movie at any point, and it would just make sense. He could pop in Spider Man. Um, but yeah, but also, I guess the biggest announcement movie wise was there's going to be a new Black Panther. David Johnson, who I think is a damn good actor. He was an alien Romulus, and he was in The Longest Walk. Is it The Long Walk or Longest Walk? He was in a movie where they walked, and he's a damn good actor. Everyone was saying Damson Idris, which I see the visual, I see it, but I don't think that Damson has the acting skills that David has. Um, I feel like he's a better choice, and he looks like Chadwick Boseman a little bit, which helps with the resemblance of the family and everything. But that's supposed to be coming out in 2028. Black Panther 3, also directed by Ryan Coogler. Shout out to him. And then we have a new Ghost Rider with all these damn Ryans. Ryan Gosling. that has been like a fan made thing for the longest time. I've always seen like Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. People always ask for that. So it just makes a lot of sense. I don't know if he's gonna be Johnny Blaze or another type of Ghost Rider. I know there's like three or four of them, something like that. I don't know. But it makes sense. I definitely see it. And that also comes out in 2028, which means the movie Doomsday is going to happen this year, and then next year we get Secret Wars, and then there's no movie between Secret Wars, and then you're going to have a Black Panther and a Ghost Rider. Doesn't really make sense. I feel like we should be working on sequels. Like, where's Shang-Chi 2? Where's Doctor Strange 3? Where's Wanda? I feel like I think they said that they're gonna like conclude the Wanda story in Vision Quest, the show. And I hope they do because they kind of just left that open ended. There's a lot of open ended things happening in Marvel, and I hope it all comes and makes sense soon. But right now we are going to do movie of the month. Anyway, movie of the month, July. July 1st. We did this with Kev on our show. Shout out to Kev. Loved him as a guest. Um, July 1st, Minions came out. Minions had a budget of $85 million and it made $450 million. Why are these yellow things making so much money? I know it's a thing, but it's like, why is it a thing? I don't get it. I just don't feel like Despicable Me is that big. I don't get it. But apparently it is. It's crazy. It is crazy. You will not catch me watching the Minions movie. I don't care. I just which Minions is this? How many Despicable Me's are there? I don't even know. It's insane. But shout out to them. But July 10th, you had the live action Moana. Um Look, y'all, just like it looked terrible. It looked terrible. It was like very dark in a movie that is so bright. You have how I don't see how you have the same actor doing the same lines, but for some reason I guess because it's animation and you can make people look the way they want, but it's like you're singing the same song. So sing it with the same joy that you did in the first song. Like the rocks just sound so dry. This movie looks so dry. It had a budget of $250 million and it only made $264 million. It just made that money back. I hope this is the last live action movie until we get Tangled. um, yeah, it's just that was not needed, not necessary, and you kind of just you ruin the classics. you ruin like the magic that the animated or original ones give you when you try to make it live action. It's like soulless, you know. Anyway, I can rant about that all day. Uh, Next up, July 10th, we had Evil Dead Burn. Had a budget of 20 million and made $67 million. I literally just saw this movie, and it is disturbing. This is pretty crazy. I don't think there's really any jump scare in this movie at all. But like the things that happen in this movie, the body horror, insane, absolutely insane. I'm gonna do a review on that pretty soon. It made some pretty good money. I think the next one is Evil Dead Wrath comes out next year, and from the looks of it, it's all about to be connected in some way. So can't wait to see that. And also, last but not least, on July 10th, we had the Invite that I didn't have a budget for. I didn't know, but it made $39 million. I'm curious about this movie still with Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde. You see who it is. Um, yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll do a review on it as well too. July 17th, The Odyssey, the number one movie of the year. I'm calling it. Um, this movie had a budget of $250 million, and it made 931 million. About to hit that $1 billion mark. Pretty any day now. Maybe as we're talking, as we're listening to this, it's already hit $1 billion. Absolutely insane. Absolutely incredible movie. It's movie of the month. I'm gonna go to the rest, but this is already movie of the month. Um, so July had Motor City, that silent, violent film with Alan Richardson. The movie had a budget of 30 million and it only made 2.6 billion. Wow, mom. Look, I mean, what did you expect? It just seems so random at such a random time. And why would you put out a movie the same day as the Odyssey or around Spider-Man? That makes no sense at all. Like, of course you lost. Um, and then last but not least, the biggest movie of the year besides the Odyssey, Spider-Man. A budget of $225 million, and right now it is sitting at $1.1 billion. Insane. They're saying this movie's going to reach 2 billion in like a few months, so probably at the end of the month or something. I don't know. Um, that's insane. It was a great movie. Absolutely great movie. I think all the Spider-Man movies are great. I got a lot of feedback when I made my ranking of all the Spider-Man movies. And look, I'm not saying any of them are bad. I'm just saying this is just how I would rank them. And I don't care what you think. But yeah, July movie of the month. It goes to the Odyssey. It goes to both. It goes to Spider Man and the Odyssey. First time ever on Coops Concessions. Let's do it. Spider Man and the Odyssey. Boom. Y'all win together. $1 billion movies. So let's get into next month, August. Oh, so next month I could care less about a lot of these movies. So in the month of August, I'm gonna really go through old movies that I missed in 2026 and like nostalgia movies too. So those are the reviews that you're gonna be getting from me. But just to continue on, August 7th, we got One Night Only, which is like the purge, but like with sex. You could only have sex one time a year and fall in love or whatever. This is like the romantic comedy purge, and it looks terrible. I have no plans on seeing it. Also, the next one, Super Troopers 3. I was never a Super Troopers fan. I'm not gonna see a third one, you know. Uh August 14th, the movie End of Oak Street. This is like the movie where their whole street just moves and there's dinosaurs there. People were saying that this is like a spinoff to Cloverfield or something like that, but apparently it's not. It's just something completely separate. It looks cool, but like not go to the theater cool to see it. I could definitely wait for this to come out on streaming. That's August 14th. Also, August 14th is Paw Patrol Dino movie. Don't sleep on this, okay? Those $1 billion movies I just talked about, Paw Patrol could hit that at any moment. Of course, I'm not seeing it, but it's a popular movie, and my son would have seen it 5 years ago. We would have went to the theaters to see this, no doubt. But yeah, I am curious to see the budget of what they'll make with that. August 21st, Mutiny with Jason Statham. This is just Jason Statham doing what Jason Statham does. He works somewhere, he has a crazy military background, they mess with somebody he loved, and now he gotta go beat him up. You could call this the janitor, the librarian, the teacher. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same plot every single time. The last one was what? The beekeeper? And what happened? He fucked with somebody he loved, and they came out, oh, he's military background, and he kills everyone. He can do this forever. I mean, the first movie was like the transporter, right? We're doing this forever. I'm not going to the theater to see it, but I will catch it much later. Um, and last but not least, August 28th, we have a horror movie called Buddy. This looks like somebody like the people are trapped inside of like a Sesame Streetish kind of like kid show, but like there's some horror behind it. It looks interesting, but I'm not about to like go to the theater to something they don't tell you much about. The trailers are very, very vague, and very short, but I am interested in this horror movie. Um, the next one is Idiots, with O'Shea Jackson Jr., that's Ice Cube's son, and Dave Franco. They are getting what's Homeboy's name from How to Train a Dragon, the live action, and he was in the Black Phone. His character is like some kind of like internet streamer who's like has a crazy background, and they need to get him somewhere, and it's just a bunch of crazy stuff happens. It looks hilarious. It just looks all over the place and hilarious. I'm definitely down to see it. Not in the theater though. Next up we have The Legend of the White Dragon. This is the Jason David Frank movie that they've been trying to make happen for a while now. Rest in peace to him, Tommy the Green Ranger. He's got a movie out. It's coming out on the 28th, and it is by The Legend of the White Dragon. I'm not going to see it in theaters, but I will support it when it reaches my TV screen. And then last but not least, we have Coyote versus Acne. This movie was about to be a tax write off for WB and never see the light of day. And they made it happen somehow, some way. And it's a big movie. People had bought this movie and dropped it. It's been all over the place, but I'm happy that it's actually happening. It looks good. I will be seeing it, not in the theater. Um, so yeah, August is a pretty dry month. I would say there's like 3 movies on here. If I was to guess the movie of the month, I'm going with if Buddy is as crazy as I think it is, then I'll see Buddy. I mean, I think it would be Buddy or Idiot, so we'll leave it to that too. So that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. I told you this was gonna be a short episode, but we'll be back and we'll do the movie of the month for September. September, I think the biggest movie for that is Resident Evil, which we just talked about earlier. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe next time I'll have a guest, but we'll definitely be back at my place next time. And keep these things going, keep these reviews going. If there's anything you want me to review, please make sure that you leave it in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, we can even make that happen. Just sit there and talk about movies all day for real. I'm down with it. Make sure you guys are following me at Coops Concessions, all across the board. It's Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, TikTok, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Coop. I'm out. Peace.
Coops Concessions.